Hello children, how are you doing? I'm sure you are learning all your grammar topics. After learning nouns, we are going to build upon our understanding and study about pronouns. Unit 3, Pronouns. Let's begin with this short exercise. Look at the picture given here. Write 6 sentences about it and underline the pronouns you use. Try not to repeat the nouns and try to use a variety of pronouns, whichever you can remember. Let's begin now. Pronouns are used in place of a noun that has already been mentioned or that is already known, often to avoid the repetition of the noun. So main thing here to remember is that pronouns are used in place of a noun, not after noun, before noun, but in place. And then what is the purpose? Why? To avoid repetition. Let's read these sentences. Kamal was tired, so he went to bed. Mohan took the children with him. Here, instead of repeating Kamal, we have used the pronoun he. Let's study the kind of pronouns. Personal pronouns. They are used in place of nouns referring to specific people or things. For example, I, me, mine, you, yours, his, her, hers, we, they or them. So you have to remember this list. Personal pronouns are used as subjects and objects in sentences. Usage of personal pronouns. Let's see how they differ in singular and plural forms. Subject, whom or what the sentence is about. This is the meaning of a subject, right? So here we have the example, she has a pen. So the entire sentence is about she. Here, she is acting as a subject. In singular form, the pronouns would be I, you, she, he, it, because these are representing one person. Whereas in plural form, they will change to we, you and they. But all are pronouns. When acting as an object, as direct objects, indirect objects, objects of preposition. Like she gave the pen to me. Here, me is the receiver. So that's why it's an object. In the singular form, the pronouns would be me, you, her, him, it. And in plural, us, you, them. The third person. The person, people or things being spoken or written about. We are talking about those people or writing about those people. Like, they play a good game of cricket. Here, they is acting as a subject but in third person. Try out the exercise given here to figure out if the pronoun is acting as a subject or an object. Now we will study about interrogative pronouns. Yes, interrogative pronouns ask questions like, where is your father nowadays? Which book are you going to buy? As you can see, these are written right at the beginning of a sentence. Where? Which? Now, we have to remember that there are specific pronouns used for people and separate for things. For people, who, whom, whose, which. Try to frame sentences with them. Who are you playing with? Who is your friend? So we are referring to people. And pronouns for things. What, which. Which is your bag? So it's a thing we are referring to. Try out another exercise given here. Then we have reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, herself, itself, ourselves and themselves. These are used only when the subject of a sentence is the same as its object. In such a case, the verb impacts the subjects. Let's see the examples here. The little boy wants to do everything himself. Serve yourself some water instead of waiting for someone to do it for you. Next we have emphasizing pronouns. Here we will surely emphasize something. Sometimes reflexive pronouns are used to emphasize on the subject of a sentence. In such a case, these pronouns take the name of emphasizing pronouns. So these are actually reflexive pronouns only, but the objective is that they emphasize on the subject of a sentence. For instance, God helps those who help themselves, and you yourself express the desire to go bungee jumping. Try out the given exercise here. Now we will study possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are surely going to hint at possession. The personal pronouns mine, yours, hers, his, ours and theirs are known as possessive pronouns. They refer to something owned by the speaker or by someone or something previously mentioned. So it is mainly about ownership. Let's understand it in a better way through these examples. The book is mine. So here it's showing the ownership. Who's the owner of the book? The book is mine. Sumit's eyes met hers. Ours is a family farm. So these are the possessive pronouns. Try out one exercise given below about possessive pronouns. Next we have relative pronouns. Children, relative pronouns link a noun to another part of the sentence. That's the keyword for us to remember. It's about linking. What? Link what? A noun to another part. Now, the part of the sentence they refer to is called their antecedent. So, this part that we are referring is called antecedent. For example, the man who is sitting next to the minister is your grandfather. In the above sentence, the relative pronoun who refers to the antecedent man, because who is referring to man. The most common relative pronouns are who, whose, which and that. Given below is a brief visual recap of the relative pronouns here. So here, as you can see in this table, followed by as does not have an antecedent. So we have who meant only for persons, which for non-living things, for animals, and then that. This is used after adjectives in the superlative degree and after words such as all, some, any. Try out one exercise to check your understanding. Coming up is demonstrative pronouns, children. To demonstrate or to show. Demonstrative pronouns stand in for a person, place or thing that must be pointed to. They may function as subjects objects or objects of the preposition. So, 3 functions for them. Let's read along. This is the bag I was trying to buy. That is the Taj Mahal. Demonstrative pronouns represent a thing or things. Let's see how they are in singular or plural form. Things, for things that are far away, we use that and those. That is singular, plural, those. But things that are close by, nearby, we will use this, these. Try to frame sentences with them. Remember that this, that, these and those are demonstrative adjectives when they are followed by nouns. So, if there is a noun next to it, they become demonstrative adjectives. For example, this bat, that flower, these kites, those mountains. The next type of pronoun is distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns refer to persons or things taken one at a time, as each, either, neither. These 3 words represent one thing. For this reason, they are always singular and as such followed by the verb in the singular. Let's see these examples. Each of these girls deserved a reward. So, each is representing one out of all girls. We may take either of these 3 books. Neither of them writes well. So, I am going to mark these special pronouns. Next, we have indefinite pronouns. An indefinite pronoun refers to something that is not definite or specific or exact, or you can say sure. The indefinite pronouns are, there is a long list here and you have to remember this. All, another, any, anybody, anyone, anything, each, everybody, everyone, everything, few, many, nobody, none, one, several, some, somebody, someone. These indefinite pronouns can also be used as indefinite adjectives in some cases. Most of them do not denote exactness. We don't know how much. Let's read these sentences. Does anybody have a clue? Anyone can play this game. Everybody wants to be prosperous. Children, the following chart gives more details on the use of indefinite pronouns. Let's have a look. So, we have a detailed chart here. We have the types of indefinite pronouns, of pronoun and then compound pronoun, further categorized. So, the examples here are some of, both of, much of, none of. And then here compound pronouns could be anybody, no one, nothing, everybody, everyone, somebody, someone and something. And then we have singular and plural pronouns, any, all, most, none, some. All functions as a pronoun only when used with of. Then we have plural pronouns such as both, few, many, several. And last, singular pronouns such as anybody, anyone, nobody, nothing, somebody, something. So those were the different types of pronouns. Many new information about pronouns. Do revise all the types, examples and rules. But practice by attempting the given questions in your book.